Welcome to the Global Interview. Thank you for listening. This is where you can keep up to date with all the latest news and information direct from leading creatives, leaders, and thinkers. We can help to keep you right up to date with all the latest information from interesting people who make a real difference in this globally connected world. You can find out more about the show at theglobalinterview.com. Enjoy the episode. Karl Llewellyn, founder of Sanctify. Karl was raised and educated in Ireland. A college dropout when the sideline business he started to make some serious money. Sold that business in 1992, he was 21, and went on a backpack world tour. Came back broke and with a head full of ideas. After a couple of false starts, founded an outsource sales company in January 1996, called Interaction, a sales specialist BPO. Over the next 10 years grew that business to 450 staff in 6 international locations. He sold the company for €14 million. 2006 was a great time to sell a business, but a brutal time to buy shares in another business. So, the boat on the Med had to wait. After a period in management consultancy and international sales, taking the learning from his experience of frequent business travel, he founded Sanctify in 2016. Sanctify is a members app that works as a guide to encourage, direct and give easy access to all things good for us to do when traveling on business. Access to wellness, relaxation, fitness and leisure facilities at airports globally, changing our travel habits for the better, changing how we use our travel downtime for good, to travel well. Nowadays, they have over 2,500 location partners at 130 international airports around the world. And he is passionate about changing travel habits from something bad and broken into something good, healthy and profitable. Married to Jenny with 4 super kids aged 14 to 6. His family health and fitness is paramount. They do something every day to get the heart beating. Kids are sick of hearing him says there is no such thing as bad weather. Just bad clothing. Little known facts. He captained the Irish polo team at 18 and served 17 years as provisional rugby referee. Tell us about your current role and what you like about your career and areas of focus. I believe a startup CEO is a generalist. Very good at one thing, but critically proficient at everything. As the business grows, you get to hire specialists to replace you in various functions. In basic terms, my goal is to make myself redundant. What inspires you, motivates you, helps you to make each day count? Sanctify is about changing bad travel habits, changing them for healthier alternatives. The fact that I'm doing something good motivates me. This is coming from a guy who was a traveling sales rep for a global tobacco company in his 20s. Also, I can see the work roadmap, what ground we've got to cover over the next 5 years to be the default leader in travel wellness. Forward momentum and a clear vision are always exciting. Outside of your professional work area, what hobbies or interests do you have, or what other areas of your life are of real importance to you? My time with my kids. They are my best friends. The laughs and fights we have are legendary. I'm so lucky that we became a rugby family. 3 of our 4 kids play really well on their respective team at Clonakilty RFC. I'm the head coach for the 16 girls, so get the unique privilege of coaching my eldest daughter. It's a buzz, most of the time. When it comes to your life-chosen career, is there a phrase, quote, or saying that you really like? My mantra is today is going to be a great day, I say to myself in the mirror in the morning, with a smile. So corny, but there is no harm in facing your reflection and making a daily promise. What are you most proud of in your life? The kids rotate this honor on a regular basis. There is nothing better than watching them achieve their, often lofty, goals. Achievements in my 20s or 30s pale in significance. What do you wish you had known when you started out? Most of the time, you are better off not knowing. Done is better than perfect for any startup. Get into the market fast, then flex. One big early lesson? Enthusiasm does not equal budget. Those who wanted the product didn't prove to have the budget. I made a cardinal error in my research in not identifying strong enough links to corporate budget from my initial champion users. Ask the money question early, no point in avoiding it. Who do you most admire in business, academic or creative circles? Bill Gates is an untouchable business icon. Can't reach that. I admire what he and Melinda do now more than anything. A real lesson to all billionaires and the wealthy, how to influence and redistribute rather than senseless, constant accumulating wealth. Locally, Tony O'Reilly remains a titan to me, despite the fall. The charisma and big thinking, that was something I could strive to emulate as a young man. What companies, brands or institutions do you like or do you think are getting it right? Stripe, simple, works immediately and is supported with an excellent CX team, gives you such confidence in them as a partner. What is the best advice you have ever received? Everyone can teach you something. Actually, I was 19 at the time and a load mouth when told, "Karl, you already know what you know, by shutting up and listening is the only way you can learn anything." I remind myself of that lesson whenever I'm at a dinner or event next to someone I initially believe I've nothing in common with. I say to myself, right, let's learn something new, and inevitably I do. What are your thoughts on the future of social media? I'm not an expert, but I can see a monumental shift at some stage, a reckoning. The quest for popularity among strangers has to have a lifespan. What comes after it I don't know. What I encourage with my family is to stay local and honest. What is your favorite social media platform, and why? LinkedIn. I believe there is still a huge trust and integrity amongst the community you build there. Do you have a mentor, or have you ever been a mentor to anyone? Yes to both. A significant part of my growth, and I hope to continue to give back. I started my first company when I was 19, still at college. I had great mentors starting out. That was hugely important. Even for Sanctify, my third startup, I've always reached out to experts in their field and asked for help. And they have always been forthcoming. People love playing a minor part in something new and exciting. Invite them in. How do you network? What is your preferred way to network? Of course, I like chicken dinners or wine and cheese events. Time-limited events where you can work the room. I like to go in with a target of conversations and outcomes. It's much easier to go up to someone and say I wanted to talk to you about than hi, tell me what you do. A little homework goes a long way and is much more professional. What advice would you have for someone looking to get into the same area of work? I'm told I'm in travel tech. Who knew? What I can say is it's a lovely industry. Friendly, welcoming professionals. Sanctify would never have got out of the box without a huge amount of support and leaps of faith by our initial corporate customers. Advice? Be honest. If you fake it and don't make it, well, it's like a small town. What do you feel is the most common reason for people failing or giving up? Easy, setting unrealistic early goals. How do you define success, and what lessons have you learned so far that you could share with our audience? At Sanctify, I believe our most important business metric is customer renewal rate followed by referral rate. I used to take every membership cancellation personally, cursing them for leaving me. Now, I say to the team, that's our bad, we didn't make the product relevant and of enough value to them. How can we do better? I'm really proud of our success in this area, proving the long-term sustainability of the business model. What skills do you feel have helped you to become successful? Resilience. Determination. Doggedness. Without them, no amount of inspiration or talent will reach an end goal. Is there anything new that you are working on or involved in that you would like to share? When the world does return to travel, it won't be like before. We will all have a heightened understanding of the importance of taking better care of ourselves. This has always been a Sanctify core position. I believe, employers when asking their teams to go back out there, are more likely than ever to add Sanctify as a benefit in order to guide and give easy access to better travel habits, to travel well. For less than the price of a monthly cup of coffee, give your team global travel wellness. Genuinely, we may have a massive opportunity. Would you like to share any positive message relating to the global pandemic COVID-19 situation? There's plenty of business advice out there about surviving this and coming out the other side. My recommendations are closer to home. First, don't waste this opportunity to reconnect with your immediate family and your partner. As a silver lining, my teenage daughter is always home, playing with her youngest sibling and going on the daily family walk. That's a good thing that quarantine has brought about. Secondly, don't overwork or worry about the things you can't control. Control your news consumption. Use this time to get fitter, recharge like never before, so that when you do come back, you are bursting with energy. Thank you for listening to this interview on The Global Interview. You can join the Global Interview newsletter at theglobalinterview.com. Thank you for listening to this episode from The Global Interview. We appreciate your support. If you would like to find out more, please visit theglobalinterview.com.